Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Ex Libris Gaming. In this episode we're going to review my latest play, which was Holland 44 by Mark Simonitz and GMT Games. I have posted some after-action pics and kind of reports in the official team, in the official Facebook group of GMT. And also there is a series of videos, video after action reports, unfortunately in Greek, in Board Game Geek and on my YouTube channel. But I wanted to do a review of this game because I believe that it is a great game. It is a game that puts the players, both players, in the shoes of the respective factions, of the respective commanders, both the Germans and the Allies, and presents them with some tough decisions that they will have to make. Let's start from the game itself. Just let me tell you that I have played this game as two-handed solo, so I can't really speak for all the players out there, but in my experience, it was, even in this way, it was a very enjoyable game. Okay, it is an operational lever hex encounter war game. The series 4X by Mark Simonitz, I believe, is well known in the community, and I think that it represents, let's say, a classical approach to wargaming, which is a good thing if you ask me. Well, it is, of course, as you can see, back of the box, hex encounter, all the usual components. The components are the usual standard high quality GMT ones. The counters are nice. They're you can see them easily, and well, I would always like them a little bit bigger, but that's in all games you can't have everything and fit everything in a table. The map is very well designed, and it's clear, and you can see how the terrain goes without much effort. Everything is clearly marked in the maps. The CRT, it's CRT based with the usual shifts that Mark Simonitz uses in the series, and I think it's a nicely balanced CRT table. So, what else about the components? The map is one of the large maps, of course larger than Salerno. I think it's smaller than Normandy, and of course way smaller than North Africa 41. Yeah, I mean, it's difficult to be that. But I think it fits nicely in the table. It's two maps actually, a standard map and a small half size, quarter size addition to the map. There is overlap, quite a big overlap I'd say, but no problems there. I've got the standard paper maps and not the mounted maps. I think I don't know how the mounted maps look, but everything looks very nice, and the rule book is nicely explained. There are examples of play. The index is very well written and useful, and I think the player aids too have lots of useful info in them. Lots of info though, so you need to study a little bit on the difference. The counter density at some points is very high, so you have to be, especially if you're playing the allied player, you have to be really focused on that, especially as far as the British units of 30th Corps and 12th Corps and 8th Corps are concerned. You have to be really careful how you move them. There are going to be stacks of units along the highway, so yeah, it calls for a little bit of attention and focus there. And the German players don't have that much of a problem. Yeah, I have played, not this one, but its predecessor, Hell's Highway. I have played it with 3 players. I mean, one player as the German, one player as commanding 30th Corps, etc., and the other one commanding the airborne divisions. So, and it was quite enjoyable. Well, enough about my experiences with Operation Market Garden. Let's continue with the game. As I've said, I'm totally happy with the rules, the rule set, and it really depicts the ebb and flow of the battle. The rules, along with the terrain, of course, and the units, create nice dilemmas for both players, and it gives the game a very tense but very enjoyable feeling. I mean, the allies have to decide whether to completely secure their flanks or just race along the road to Eindhoven, Nijmegen, and of course Arnhem, risking, of course, losing their supply to German units outflanking them. And of course, the Germans have to make a decision, lots of decisions actually, where they will make a stand, whether they will let the Allies advance too much and then attempt to cut off their supplies, and all these kinds of decisions that actually have an impact during the game. The main way for the Allies to win is to accumulate the victory points by controlling city hexes, not towns, city hexes like Eindhoven and Nijmegen and Arnhem, and getting their units, their non-urban units, north of the rivers, especially in the campaign scenario, north of Lower Rhine. Contrary, I mean, they don't get any points for the bridges. I can't remember if there were games that give points for the bridges themselves, but this one doesn't. The German player, on the other hand, gains victory points by eliminating allied units, especially three-step allied units are worth 1 victory point, and the other ones are worth half victory points. So this creates also a problem that keeps the pressure on Germans. They have to attack if they want to accumulate victory points. They just can't. They can't just stand back and set up a defense lines and wait for the Allies, because yeah, they need to get some victory points too. And of course they have to attack, and this also prevents the Allies from making, foolhardy attacks. I mean, yeah, they could go all in, attack everywhere they can, and not care for the losses, as long as they get 30th Corps of this British unit along the road, across the Lower Rhine. So this creates a tension, because you have, as the Allies, you have to push, you have to do battles and get the Germans out of the way, but you can't just gamble. You can't gamble with every battle. You can't. Okay, there's always going to be a level of risk, but not a gamey level of risk. So the game is, there are 2 scenarios. There is the short scenario, and there's also the long scenario. It is a long game with all the movements that they have to be made all along. There are let's say 4 main points of interest for fronts, one would say. I mean, Arnhem, Nijmegen, the 82nd and 101st around north of Eindhoven, and of course the 30th Corps advance along the road. So yeah, there are 4 points of interest, and you have to see what will happen in each one separately, and also make sure that everything is going to fall into place later. So yes, it's as I've said, it's enjoyable, it's fun to play, longer game, and yeah, you have to invest some time playing it. I mean, even I can see even with experienced players, you can't really go very fast. It requires some thinking about what you're going to do, but otherwise it plays fast. There's always an interest. You have to pay attention to what your opponent does, because it's very easy, given the terrain and the various units that appear or move from entry area to entry area, that your opponent is preparing a nasty surprise for you. So you have to be on the lookout for that too, and have some reserve, some contingency plan in any case. It is a hard game for the Allies to win, as far as I have seen and how it plays, but it is very satisfying. I mean, even if you're the right player, and you lose, I mean, there is this feeling, oh, okay, next time I'm going to try, next time I'm going to do this different, and I'm going to try that one instead of that. And yeah, there's a motive to play it again and try something different. Not so much for the German, which is kind of limited because of the order of appearance of the German side's units, but also he can try different approaches. I mean, will the Germans make a stand as south as possible? Will they with few units, or will the German player husband his units so that he can present a very substantial defense somewhere north of Eindhoven, northern of the map? Will they make a stand along the Maas, the Waal? What will happen with the Lower Rhine? How it's going to be guarded? And what about Arnhem? Will the German player go all in, trying to eliminate first para from the area around Arnhem, or will the German player try to move units so that he can stall the Allied defense? Well, I don't want to get very much carried away, but as you can see, it's a game that has left me totally satisfied. I think, as you may not know, Hell's Highway has been my favorite game on Operation Market Garden over the years, and of course this one, I think Holland 44 is a worthy successor to it. And if you're interested in a modern game, operational level for Market Garden, I think this is your game. I mean, that's all. I hope I have helped you make a decision if you're going to play it or not. But that's all. That's my review on 44, a great game on Operation Market Garden by Mark Simonitz and GMT Games. Thank you all for watching.